Hello kids, it's me again, back with another quick vid. If you don't know, I draw. Much less than I used to because most of my creative energy is focused towards writing these days, but my visual art is still very much a part of my identity as a creative. As such, I'm quite plugged into the online art world and follow lots of really good artists on Twitter. Sometimes I'll see some juicy art discourse. Usually it's just people tracing or scamming, but the most recent piece of discourse seems to have some interesting and concerning real-world implications. AI art generators like dall-e, Gambreeder, and Artbreeder have been around for a while, but the images they generate usually aren't super great because these AIs are relatively new and have a lot to learn. Personally, I think of these tools as being more for entertainment than serious art making. I mean, look at the weird dall-e mini Twitter account. I get a good chuckle out of it when it shows up on my timeline, and I don't see it really as a threat to working artists because, again, the stuff it makes isn't that good. This morning, however, a thread happened across my timeline that was a bit more concerning. It talks about a new, unnamed AI art generator that is apparently capable of making art that looks very human-like. No swirly eyes or weird mouths or misplaced parts. It genuinely looks real. While that may seem impressive, this AI isn't doing it on its own. The maker or makers of this art generator train it on actual artists' work. Ones you may know of, like Charlie Bowater, Ross Draws, and Junji Ito. Basically, it can make a facsimile of any of these artists' work without putting in the lifetime of learning and hundreds of hours of work that goes into making a single piece of artwork. At first, I was very skeptical of the AIs are taking a gerbs mentality that some artists had because it just didn't seem likely to me at the time. But now, I don't know guys, it seems likely. Why would a company spend however many thousands of dollars for a person? A person who might take several hours to complete the desired work and will likely have to take several more hours on revisions to create concept art. You can spend maybe a couple $100 on the license for an AI art generator and get what you want in 30 minutes. So yeah, I get where they're coming from. Of course, none of this has happened yet, but professional working artists, and me, if I'm being honest, think it's just on the horizon. While I do believe this will adversely affect artists in the professional world since their jobs may soon be at stake, I still don't think any AI art can compete with art created from human hands for the purpose of aesthetic enjoyment. And this certainly won't slow down people from creating art for personal enjoyment. All those kids on DeviantArt will continue churning out OCs with incomprehensible backstories and personas. And if I know anything about furries, who knows? They may actually be the ones to save us from the incoming AI art invasion. They are a crafty group of individuals. So, what do you think of AI art? Do you see this as a problem? Why or why not? One of the replies said the easy solution to this was creating art that looked less like quote-unquote ArtStation art and to create a more unique style. And I kinda see where they're coming from. That grid of artists does look a little, well, samey, so they may have a point. What do you think? That's all I have for this quick vid. Follow me on Twitter, read my Medium articles, and listen to my podcast, which is on a brief break right now, but we still have plenty of juicy episodes to listen to in the interim. See you next time!